And interestingly, okay, now he got a Great Hall, and I really have no idea how he did that. Where did he get all the gold for that? He must have sold his Orb of Lightning. Yeah, Grubby sold his Orb of Lightning to get that tiny Great Hall. So he'll be able to put this back up, and that brings him back into the game because he has this Expo up, and Ted has not scouted it yet. He may send his Acolyte there now. It looks like he's going to do that. So that will be scouted soon, but meanwhile Grubby will get probably enough gold to pay for it, and before Ted's army comes there. And now Grubby, meanwhile, going in to push Ted's base to distract him. Probably going to get a few kills here because his heroes are high level. And that Death Knight is still not out. Death Knight almost out, and Grubby is going to have to run away as soon as the Death Knight pops, which is going to be now. And oh no, Grubby might lose his Farseer here. This is very, very dangerous, leaving that Farseer so far in. Immediately, the Farseer gets extremely damaged, not taken out, fortunately for Grubby, and he's going to be able to make it out. But with that Death Knight back, again, the game swings in Ted's favor, even though Grubby has set up an Expo. And looks like he's now producing Raiders. But with the Death Knight out, it's just really not looking good for Grubby. Stomping those heroes to delay the force a little bit more, and I guess he's trying to save his Farseer, which is still... Yeah. Farseer is still very low. Sending some wolves in to try and harass a little bit more. Maybe snatch some Fiend kills, but with that Death Knight there, it's going to be very difficult for Grubby to kill the Fiends. And he had his little window of opportunity where the Death Knight was not there. He used it to expand, but he wasn't able to do much more with it. Yeah, Grubby trying to build up some forces, got 2 Raiders out, getting another Raider now. And I have to say, I would still be surprised if Grubby manages to come back in this, because that Death Knight is out again. Death Knight is definitely the superior force in this battle or in this game right now. Coils of the Shadowhunter. Looks like I can't see what Grubby's trying to do. Speed scrolling his Torn Chieftain across the map and just splitting up his heroes, and this may be an unwise choice. His Shadowhunter is cut off. It's going to get nuked by the Lich, and the Shadowhunter might go down here. That would be very, very bad for Grubby if the Shadowhunter went down, obviously. Shadowhunter going to go down. So Grubby loses his Shadowhunter now. His Expo has been discovered, but he has enough gold to rebuild his Shadowhunter if he wants to. Instead, building more Raiders. And I'm not sure that's a good choice. That Shadowhunter is much more valuable to him than Raiders. He's going for Ted's Black Citadel, which is going to be repaired by the Acolytes. Grubby will probably shift the Wolves onto the Acolytes and actually just ensnaring them. Single Destro harassing the expansion. Not going to bother Grubby much. It'll take it too long to kill the peons. Looks like Grubby may be able to take down this hall in time. We'll see about that. If he can take down the hall before Ted's force arrive. He can't. The Wolf's still working on it. It looks like there's one Akko back there repairing it, but the hall actually will go down. So Grubby takes down Ted's main hall. This puts Ted in a really bad position because now Grubby can... with that... Actually, there's still one slow tower there, but if the other slow tower goes down, Grubby could make base raids. And with those wolves, those base raids will be quite able to do some damage. I mean, does Ted even have an Acolyte left? He has 2 Acolytes, and those Acolytes now need to be conserved because they're sort of his only route back into this game. Right now, Grubby's just going to make base raids with the 2 wolves, and Ted is going to have to push Grubby's base at some point. He has to kill Grubby's army first, though, because if it turns into a base race, Grubby will win it. He's got a lot of buildings up in his main, and yeah, Grubby is going to win any sort of straightforward base race. Now sending one Raider to try and kill this Destroyer that's harassing his expansion, rebuilding peons there. And Grubby has actually a pretty good flow of gold, so not doing badly, actually, despite having been so far behind, and the gold peons are obviously going to be taken out now, so Grubby's going to lose this Expo. Meanwhile, he needs to go in and push Ted's base in retaliation. That is what he's doing with 1 Raider, but he needs to send more forces. Ted's sending his heroes back, splitting his army, using one hero to kill this base, and the rest to defend his own. And that's a good strategy. That's a good choice by Ted, and going to be able to kill a Raider. So, yeah, Ted making a really good decision to split his army here. And he's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings left, and not enough gold. Oh, he does have enough gold to rebuild. Where did he get that? He must have sold an item. And yeah, so Ted able to put up another building, and this is going to be really huge. Grubby is going to have a lot of trouble to come down and kill that building. In my opinion, Ted should have put up a gold mine instead, simply because that way he would have had a source of gold as well. And also, in my opinion, he should have waited to take out the Great Hall, That way Grubby wouldn't know exactly where the building is. This way he may cancel that, actually, to be clever. But I don't know if he would have enough gold to put up the gold mine again. Grubby quickly trying to kill Ted's base. He's still got too many buildings up, I think. And he can come back and defend this. I mean, Grubby's not going to be able to kill it fast enough. Grubby's Shadow Hunter now alive again. I guess he did a Tavern Revive or possibly made normal revive of that hero. And Grubby now going to be able to kill Ted's base. Ted not even defending it. He's going to put all his eggs in the one basket, as it were, of his Necropolis now going up. And I'm not sure this is a good idea because Grubby has a Farseer level 6. I don't know what that has. It may have Earthquake. And if that Farseer does in fact have Earthquake, that Necropolis is quite vulnerable to it. Grubby could take it down relatively quickly, and Ted will not be able to retaliate against Grubby because he can't take his force away from that base. Sending one destroyer to take out the burrows. Grubby could go over there and kill it with his raider, I think. And Ted sending out his acolyte, and this is really dangerous. That acolyte might get killed now, and Ted needs that acolyte to prepare his Necropolis. Not managing to keep it alive. No, it's going to go down. So the acolyte goes down. He has one more. That's interesting. I didn't see that one. Okay, Grubby just sending his wolf in for that one too. Yeah, the Necropolis is up now. So if Grubby can kill the Necropolis, obviously he wins the game. That is Ted's last building. And if Ted can kill Grubby's base first, then he would win. I have to say it seems like a long shot for Ted. I don't see how he can kill Grubby's base without... I mean, he would have to kill the heroes first. And I think that would take a mistake from Grubby at this point. Meanwhile, Ted is only at 19 gold. He's not really going to be able to repair the Necropolis. Grubby can just send wolves in on suicide missions, pretty much. Although, the wolves will not be able to take down the Necropolis before Ted's entire army takes down Grubby's base. So it's going to be an interesting kind of race here. Grubby losing a raider, that's very poor by Grubby. I'm not sure why he sent that in ahead of his heroes, but he lost the raider, and now he's going to be... And that puts him at a disadvantage. Ted repairing the Necropolis, Grubby attacking it with his one last raider and wolf. Ted at 17 gold, having been unable to do significant repair on the Necropolis. Now Grubby going for Ted's Lich. I think this is a mistake. Grubby can't really go for Ted's heroes. He doesn't have the firepower on his own to win this. And yeah, Grubby now getting a Shadow Hunter attacked by the Orb of Corruption. He doesn't even appear to notice this. Yeah. Ted packed, I think he packed it a feed. So, keeping his Death Knight alive at the cost of one unit. So that's a good outcome for Grubby. That Destro's still in there, killing Grubby's burrow. Grubby needs to make another run with his wolves, I think. Ted repairing his Necropolis down to 10 gold now. And when he's out of that, I mean, at that point he's really out of gold. He can sell his items for more. But he doesn't have too many items. And Grubby going for the Acolyte. Ted, knowing how important that is, heals it with a coil. So, yeah, Ted still has a couple items to sell. He does not want to sell the Orb of Corruption. That would be, in my opinion, a very big mistake. He can't afford to lose the Orb of Corruption at this point. But the Invuln Pot he could sell. Wolves coming in again for Grubby. Grubby chasing down that Acolyte, and he may be able to kill the Acolyte. That would be a huge development in this game. Although Ted now coming in to attack Grubby's base. Grubby's hero's going out in the wrong direction. But yeah, Grubby able to kill the Acolyte. So the Acolyte goes down, and now all that Ted has left is this Necropolis. He sends his Destro back, and that will be able to take out the wolves quickly. Grubby going to bring the Necropolis down to 800 health and 750. And yeah, this game is turning into, like, just counting. 703 health on the Necropolis. Grubby with that Raider trying to send it in, not able to do so. And it looks like Ted is going to camp his army around the Necropolis and just try to keep everything away from it. And we'll see how well this works out for both players. I'm really interested to see what happens in this game. I don't see... I mean, the only thing I can think that would enable Ted to win this game at this... Oh. That. Level 6 Pit Lord.